Sup, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Table. It's our special 10th episode. Didn't think we'd make it this far, honestly. I thought I'd get bored, or Jay would get bored, and we just stopped doing it. But we're at episode 10 now, and it's awesome.
I like episode 10.
And that's not to say that at episode 10 we won't get bored and stop doing it, but...
This may be the episode that makes us do it.
We're still here for now.
This is our Daredevil. This might be our Daredevil. We'll listen to this 40 episodes down the road during our 50th episode and be like, we're done now.
This is shit. We have nothing else to talk about.
Our show is Ben Affleck.
You could be Jennifer Garner.
Actually, it may get better, though. Because, I mean, once we get to the point where legalization is in effect, it actually may be a way better show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we'll ever run out of things to talk about so much as people might get egos and then we gotta replace people like the Backstreet Boys or something.
I already have a big
What if
head.
on our 100th episode it gets legalized?
Then that's a long ass time, man. I'm
I
hoping
know.
about like episode like 50.
Like
Like we get it legalized. Like
I know, but 100 is such a special number.
It is a special
Shows
number.
and stuff.
22 is a special number as well.
Can
So
we
it's
enjoy
14.
10 first?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's enjoy 10.
Happy to be 10. Happy to be 10 episodes old. Seems like just yesterday we were doing nothing, and now we are doing something that may end up being nothing one day, but for now it's something.
It's something else. It's like Kevin Costner in The Field of Dreams.
It is. It's our baby, man. I look forward to it every week.
I feel like, I don't know, it's awesome.
Alright.
Oh, so for people who are live listening and chatting with us on Ustream, we do want to bring up the Smoking Table smoking game for this episode. So, if you happen to be smoking on something while you're listening to us, if I say the word like because my brain stutters as it usually does, you have to hold in your hit for 10 seconds. If Dre says something that...
If I admit to liking, Madonna or wanting a selfie stick, then you have to hold it for 20 seconds.
I have a selfie stick.
You have a selfie stick? Boom! Oh man, okay. I told you, it's not weird. People have selfie sticks, man.
Are you admitting to wanting a selfie stick? Because if so,
Yes,
then
I'm
people have
admitting
hold
to it.
for
I
20
still
seconds
want a
already.
selfie stick. It's at the same level of want earlier. Now it's even more.
And we haven't even got done explaining the game, and people already have to hold it for 20 seconds.
Well, that'll make the rest of the show much more entertaining.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And if Dre
Hate somebody.
hates somebody, oh yeah. So, if Dre admits his hatred for somebody, then you gotta do the ultimate challenge of holding it in for 30 seconds. I actually want that to happen because I think that people take 30 seconds lightly. I mean...
30 seconds is a long time.
It's
That's
a-
my wife.
Well, I'm guessing as a listener of the show, the challenge. Wink.
Wait.
So what we wanted to do for the 10th episode was something special. I mean, we have to do the weed news because, I mean, always work before play. We got to keep you guys informed before we keep you laughing. So we're going to start out with weed news. And then for the 10th episode, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to basically give you guys kind of a brief introduction of who we are and why it is that we do what we do. And our different perspectives on the same goal, considering that we all kind of fall into different spectrums of who is a cannabis user or
Why we
are
users.
cannabis activists.
Activists.
Yeah.
And we range in different age ranges. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm the oldest.
I'm the youngest. Yay.
So being that it was the 10th episode, we wanted to keep it kind of light as far as weed news goes. So we found to match Marijuana Policies Project's 50 most influential stoners, Forbes magazine has also introduced its top 10 CEOs that were admitted to using marijuana. And some of these people are givens, and some of these you may not really know. Before we get into that, though, I also want to remind people who are listening to the live broadcast on Ustream that we are available to chat. So hit us up with your questions, and we will answer them right here on the show. All right, so CEO Stoners. First one we have on this list is Michael Bloomberg, who most of you may know as one of the 3-term mayor of New York City. And some of you who are into politics may know him from, the Bloomberg Media Group, Bloomberg News.
That's where I know him from. I gotta remember who he was. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I didn't even know he was a mayor. I didn't know that part.
And they actually have quotes from everybody in here, but Michael Bloomberg, if anybody knows him from his political career, has changed his stance on marijuana since he was a user, so he's kind of riding that Jeb Bush wave these days. But, the fact that they admit it is at least a good first step, because, you can't really expect politicians to not play politics on issues. But at least they're getting out there that, people in these positions have come from a place where a lot of us have come from.
Yeah, they're just normal people, like 40% of them.
It's not a hindrance on your success to be a cannabis consumer.
It's not. Look at the next guy, Richard Branson. That's he's the one that I expect to smoke weed.
Yeah, Richard Branson admitted to smoking weed with his son.
You get high, you build a spaceship, you fucking do yoga in between 2 hot air balloons. That shit you do when you're high and rich. And he's done that. I want a spaceship. If I had money, I'd buy a fucking spaceship. I'm afraid of heights, though.
I need a spaceship.
You need a spaceship? What? I often think, what kind of weed do these people smoke? Do they smoke the same shit that we smoke?
Oh, God.
Or do you think they have, some super high-grade stuff that we don't get to see often?
Well, here's the thing that I think is kind of interesting and closer to the truth on that, is that the stuff that we smoke now is supposedly way more potent than the stuff that they smoked back then.
Yeah, what's her face said,
I
"You're not
think
smoking the same stuff you were 40 years ago, Jeb Bush."
And some of the THC level is higher in some marijuana now. So that's valid in its own way. But I think that the stuff that people like Richard Branson smoked back then is the stuff that we're smoking now. Normal people may have smoked stuff that was 5-6% THC. I'm pretty sure Richard Branson was smoking Afghan Kush back then.
He was probably doing dabs in the 90s, already way ahead of us with this shit. He's advanced, man. That's how he came up with all the shit. Hugh Hefner. Of course.
Another person you expected on this list.
Oh yeah, he walks around in a robe all day. That's Stoner 101 right there. If you can do it, do it. I love robes.
Flaunt it.
The National
Smoker jacket.
National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws was founded in 1970 thanks to an infusion of $5,000 from Hugh Hefner.
That was a lot of money back then too.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
To start a weed organization.
Hell yeah.
Well, even back then, he was the man with the plan.
Yeah,
he had some visions.
Inflation.
He was cool in the 70s.
I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know who he is.
I know what Zeit is. I know the site for Zeit. I don't know necessarily who Mark Johnson is, but he was the CEO of Zeit at one point in time.
Well, there you go. You can be a CEO and get high.
It was a news streams for mobile devices and shit like that. All right, who's next on the list? I don't have much to say about Mark Johnson.
I don't either because I don't know who he is.
Peter Lewis, the guy from Progressive.
What?
That's the guy in the khaki pants?
The
Oh, that's all state.
That's all state.
Oh, the black guy?
Wait, what?
No, but they were probably high when they came up with the concept of Flow, though, because Flow's taking off.
Flow's amazing. Flow's her own thing. She could have a TV show
I bet
right
Flo
now.
smokes weed.
Oh, Flo always smokes weed.
No,
Flo
sprinkles.
With her family.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Passes it to her family.
But this
Who
makes
are all
sense.
her.
This goes back to the earlier thing, driving safe when you're high. This guy's like, man, I'm a safe driver when I'm high. I should make an insurance thing.
Wow. It says he used medical marijuana to combat chronic pain from a leg amputation he had undergone in 1998.
Oh, man.
Ah.
My leg's gone. I need to get high.
I'm telling you, like, self-medicating is sometimes the best way to find out what works for you. Because, misdiagnosis is a thing, and it's a real thing that happens a lot.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that because it's happened to me. But we'll get into that later.
John Sperling was... What? CEO... He's dead. He's dead for sure. CEO of the University of Phoenix. Which...
He's dead for sure. For sure.
Confirmed. Rubber stamp.
Dead. Okay.
DED.
But what I thought was interesting is that he spent most of his money trying to clone his pet dog. So
that dude was high.
he was super high.
That's awesome.
Oh man, that's awesome. And he was also he used to partner with Progressive.
He was CEO of University of Phoenix.
CEO
That's-
of University of
that's
Phoenix.
what I'm
And he
saying.
partnered with Progressive Insurance Company
Yeah, this guy just did a bunch of shit.
to donate money to marijuana legalization efforts.
This guy just had money and wanted to spend it on things.
Oh, he used marijuana for prostate cancer to combat the side effects.
I didn't
of-
think you
of
lived
his
for.
prostate
Oh, he's dead.
Prostate cancer. Yeah, he's dead. Dead for sure.
But it
But
says
he
it
was
says
a prostate cancer survivor. So it wasn't
But
a
then he
prostate
died.
cancer.
No, he died from working at University of
Said this
Phoenix.
smoking marijuana helped him manage the side effects of the treatment he received for it. And I've heard that a lot, like people that go through chemo and whatnot, all the nausea and the pain and everything they get from chemo, medical marijuana actually helps them out quite a bit to manage that process. So, but yeah, he tried to clone his dog.
This is the University of Phoenix online. This is the
Yes.
one that, this isn't like
Yes.
the actual. Gotcha.
There
See,
is
I thought
only
the
one
commercials always say
university.
it's
Really?
a not-for-profit organization.
No, it is a for-profit college.
I thought,
University of Phoenix is a for-
I thought they weren't connected.
No, they are.
They
That
are?
stadium that's in Arizona,
That's
that's
for,
branded by the online.
By an
school.
online college.
Yeah, they are the biggest online college.
Fuck yeah, they have a stadium.
Yeah, they are the
Can we start
Walmart
our own
online
college?
college.
Here's our football team. They all come here from their homes and we play. We're not that good because we don't have practice times, but we got this.
You just watch a bunch of game film online. And then you come to the game on Sunday.
Oh god.
Shout out to the University of Phoenix.
There you go, yeah. You can get a degree there.
This show is sponsored by.
Oprah Winfrey, who's next on the list.
Oprah. Yeah. That's not surprising.
I'm not
I'm
really
not-
that surprised.
Everybody knows Harpo
Why, 'cause
Productions.
she's black?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly, because she's black. No, it's because she fucking let a bunch of butterflies come out of her vag in a movie once.
what the fuck?
Wait, was that Oprah or was it the other chick? You know what movie I'm talking
That
about?
was Mariah Carey. Butterfly, wasn't it?
Oh, what?
You've never seen that movie?
No!
Oh man,
If
okay.
anybody told me that Oprah had butterflies coming out of her cooch in any movie, I wouldn't watch it.
Are you Googling that right now?
I'm Googling it right now. I'm sorry, I'm binging it on Google.
Oh my
Butterflies
god.
coming out of Oprah's crotch.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And you get a butterfly, and you get a butterfly.
Oh shit.
We're gonna get sued.
I'm sorry, Oprah. She's too powerful too. That's the
Oh, my
problem.
goodness.
She can destroy us. Beloved. That movie was fucked up.
Oh my goodness.
What's that?
I will just let you confirm or deny that. Let me explain this to confuse the hell out of everybody. George Zimmer, not to be confused
He's the
with
guy that shot that kid down
No.
in Miami, right? With the
No.
Skittles?
George Zimmer, not to be
I love
confused with
Skittles.
George Zimmer man.
Skittles.
Although they're both men, there is a George Zimmer and a George Zimmer man. We are not talking about George Zimmer man. We are talking about the George Zimmer that is a man but is not George Zimmerman.
Oh, okay.
All right, so George Zimmer,
Just Zimmer.
former CEO of Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. I don't have the voice for it. I love this dude though. So he has admitted long ago to being a daily marijuana user and denounces any idea that using marijuana makes you unproductive and lazy because
Look what he did.
look what everybody who admits to smoking back in the day did. That they're at positions now where they have to hide it because they have garnered so much success in their life to what most people think is in spite of their marijuana use.
One thing I like doing when I'm high is if I go clothes shopping, I have to go high. I can't go clothes shopping sober because I'm just I'm bored. I'm just grabbing clothes and doing it. But when I'm high, I actually enjoy trying on clothes and seeing what clothes are like and they feel like. And I'll buy
This is that point where everybody stops and holds their hit for 30 seconds, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What? Alright. It's true.
So you like shopping is what you're saying.
You twirl around in the changing room.
Yeah, I do. When I'm high.
Cue the montage.
Yeah, oh my god. If there was montages in real life, I'd buy that technology so I can do a
shopping
montage. Yeah.
We can make montages. If we could focus on one subject.
We're kind of.
I want to make a montage.
But I think George Zimmer should open up a weed venture.
A weed warehouse?
That'd be awesome.
I heard Willie Nelson is
Huge.
You
It's
like
not
the
him,
weed
is
you're
it?
smoking.
That does the huge on the commercials?
Nah.
I heard Willie Nelson has his own brand of weed in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I heard. Yeah. That was pretty
I would definitely smoke Willie Nelson's weed.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's Nelson's Reserve. That's what it's called.
Nelson's Reserve?
Yeah.
It's like his special reserve of marijuana.
I would definitely smoke that man's marijuana.
Alright, so that's our list of CEOs that have admitted to smoking, and there's some pretty cool people on that list. I mean, I'd want to hang out and smoke with at least half of them.
Oh yeah.
Some of them
doubt.
you have to stay away from, though.
I'd have to record the conversations, though, because I never remember what we talk about.
I wouldn't smoke with Oprah.
Scared? Scared?
Am I scared? No.
Get a free car.
No, it's not even the car thing. It's just I don't feel like I would want to smoke with Oprah.
I would. I'd probably give you a pound.
I think she has some stories.
You get a pound, man. You get a pound.
I feel like she's so nice. It's like the clown effect. You know clowns are happy when they're showing you, but behind the scenes, clowns are depressed and sad. So Oprah's so excited and all over the place. So I feel like when she's at home, she's just like.
My daughter's scared of clowns.
Oh my goodness.
I'm super scared of clowns too. I hate clowns. They're terrifying. I'd be cool with zombies. Fuck it. Funny note on it, I learned how to blow bubbles with gum watching it because I wasn't paying attention to the movie. It scared me. But yeah, I'd rather have zombies than
You know what the
fucking
clown's
clowns.
name from Pennywise? I just said it. Never mind.
Pennywise. Yeah, I know the clown's name for Pennywise was.
Yep.
So you think that Oprah's that kind of person that once she get high, she'd sit there and
Just-
dispel her problems on you?
Yeah, shit I don't care about.
Like a downer.
Yeah, like a downer, like
you're a billionaire. I don't want to hear your
Postman.
billionaire problems.
I really like Stedman, but I don't show it. And then blah blah blah. You just gotta hear about that, I don't care about that. Want to hear about crazy shit me and Dr. Phil and the other guy, Dr. Oz, on my island.
I
got
hate that
fucked
Phil
up.
guy.
I do too.
Dr. Phil.
Seriously.
You have a problem, and it's something you gotta fix. You're on my show, so I can tell you this.
Can I like cookies, Earl?
They put a Steve Harvey mustache on a white guy.
That's exactly what they did. And Oprah branded it. That's what I like about Oprah. She's evil. She's giving us shit we know we don't want, but she's just like, damn it.
It's a Harpo production.
Her channel went away. She realized that was a waste of money.
The O channel?
The old
I
channel.
totally expected more out of that one.
I did
saw
too.
it was coming on.
But
But
It's
didn't
not
she have
what I
two though?
expected.
Wasn't it O and then OWN?
no, OWN was the channel. O
Okay.
was one of the regular shows. She tried doing her own television shows, and she brought all her shit that nobody wanted on their channels anymore, put it on her channel, and there's a reason nobody wanted it on their channels anymore.
It's just like for like housewives that are home during the day.
Yeah, and it's horrible.
Who the hell's a housewife anymore in this economy?
So for episode 10, we decided we had to do something a little special.
I mean, for the 10th anniversary, we decided it'd be a good idea to... This 10th episode. I'm talking about 10th anniversary. Like, we've been doing this for 10 years.
It's been a good 10 years, man.
One
episode a year.
We should open the show with "It's your anniversary."
So we decided to basically give you our different perspectives of why it is that we do what we do. And I guess I'll go ahead and start. I mean, I have always been a on again, off again smoker. I mean, it's just something that was a rite of passage kind of in the hood, but that depends on where you grow up. I mean, but my biggest reasoning for wanting to do this was because I was the one who kind of took the good route, by my middle of my high school years. I was living in a predominantly white neighborhood. After that I went to college, and then, after that, even though I didn't finish, I kind of fell into a good career. But the people that, I grew up with and that, I still talk to and, still live on the block and around, my family and stuff like that I see when I go home, like, there's less and less of them every time that I visit. And these are people who aren't bad people, who just get caught up in bad situations. In the hood, illicit drugs are usually the number one employer. And I mean, it's one of those things where, at least in the instance of marijuana, it's not something that's killing the community on the receiving end. It's what's killing the community on the giving end, because these are people who are just trying to feed their families, who end up behind bars and with criminal records that they can never escape from. And these are people that I know. This isn't, something that I see on TV anymore. This is something that I get telephone calls about and post within my personal Facebook feed for. So this is kind of my small way, from not only from the experience of where I came from, but in my personal experience now. I mean, there is a list and range of ways that marijuana has changed my life personally. I mean, just in my day-to-day, that makes it something that I don't want anybody who it helps in the ways that it helps to have to feel like they're breaking the law in order to do so. Because, I mean, it's helped that we're obviously not getting anywhere else. So that is why I do what I do. That is why I try to advocate and keep people informed, because it's something that, even if it's not helping you personally, I'm sure in some way, shape, or form it can help someone that you know.
So, alright, well, my marijuana experience is deep, for me at least. I was never a big fan of marijuana. I never smoked it. I started smoking it at like 16 or 17, but even when I started, I wasn't a heavy smoker. I didn't become a heavy smoker until I was like 22, 23, because before that, I was just a regular heavy drug addict. Like, so I did a bunch of other stuff. I was really into pills and a bunch of other crap. And then having my daughter actually made me go straight to nothing but weed and just smoking weed or whatever. Because, I don't believe weed is a bad thing to smoke. Like, if you can, people can stay focused on it, they can still do their stuff and be, as we've explained in the show millions of times, successful people in society, So, like, I feel like, one, weed helped me because I was doing things that were way worse and things that were gonna lead me to either dying or being like not a good father or ruining my life completely. I was going down a bad path. And then smoking weed, and then, I was still able to do what I needed to do and realized that I needed to start doing more productive things and everything, and just sticking with weed actually helped me and made me not want to do the other drugs. So I think weed is good because it can take you away from things that you shouldn't be doing, things that are bad, or whatever.
Can't
So
kill you.
you can't kill you. And like I said, you're still productive and you can become good, productive, successful members of society, and you're good to go still. So in a way, weed, I feel, saved my life because I was going down a bad path. And smoking weed and finding weed made me better in a way. Not a medical way, but like a life-changing way. Like, it helped me. So that's why I'm for weed. And medical, recreational, either way, I feel like it's needed in a lot of people's lives, and it can help you through it helps through a lot of things that you don't want to have, prescriptions for, doctors or these people telling you to do this. Just smoke weed and you're good. You feel better and things work out better. So yes, that's why I am for medical or recreational, the legalization of marijuana.
I started smoking weed when I was like 18, and like everyone else before me was smoking it before me. So I just wanted to try it. So like I was playing my guitar one night, and my mom's ex-boyfriend comes up to me while I was playing it, and he was like, "Here, hit this," and I was like, "Okay," and I liked it. It was really good. Then I started smoking more and more, and it's not bad. It's not like I'm on other drugs. At least I'm not on meth. It's a good thing.
That'd be a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like just a weed leaf on the front, and on the back it says, "At least I'm not a meth." This is Bob, and the reason I support and am a huge advocate for medical marijuana and legalization, both for medical marijuana and private use. What was it called? Recreational use. Yeah, that. I'd never tried it in high school up until my junior year, and I never really liked it that much in high school. It was just something to do socially and make cartoons funnier. And so I never really did it for any use or any reason up until recently. Our company was bought out, and our jobs weren't too secure, and things were going on that were causing a huge amount of anxiety in my day-to-day life. So I did some research on it and saw that it can calm anxiety and help to focus and whatnot, and I actually tried it and found that it ultimately calms my anxiety. The wife calls it my happy pills because she takes pills for her mood swings or whatnot, and I don't like over-the-counter medication. I don't like prescribed pills or anything like that. So it's not that I'm super healthy or anything like that. It's just I think I like, if you want to call them side effects, I like the side effects of weed more than I like the side effects of anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not having oily anal discharge. I don't have hives. I'm not going to hospital for a side effect.
That's pretty cool. I never actually thought of it like that.
Like, I'm real scared of pills because I've seen a couple friends, their lives just get shattered by that. And to me, I've never really had a good reaction to pills. I've taken them a couple times, a couple here and there, different variances and in different milligrams or whatnot, and it just doesn't agree with me, and I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like not being able to comprehend what's going on and control what's going on. And to me, with marijuana, it calmed my anxiety and still allowed me to function. And I'm typically a pretty lazy person. I don't really do much, but weed actually motivates me to get up and do something a lot. So I mean, that's half the reason I'm here with these guys with this podcast. I'm pretty much an introvert. I don't really go out and do anything, but this sounded like a good idea. And hopefully, even if our message of legalization gets out to one person and changes their minds from a no to a yes, then hopefully we did some good. So that's why I do weed. That's why I do the reefer. That's why I smoke weed, and I'm one of the users where I don't do it while I work. It's like popping a beer after work. It's just relieves the stress of the day, allows me to relax and focus on something other than work, because work seems to take up so much of my time. So I don't stress out about it. I don't think about work after work, and allows me to live a somewhat normal life. But yeah, that's why I like the weed, the reefer.
And I'm glad you brought the part about being like an introvert, because that's part of an issue that I have as well. Like, I mean, honestly, if this wasn't a radio show, if this was like a YouTube show or something like that, I probably wouldn't be doing it. Like, I mean, if we ever get to that point, I think that'll be the point where Jay has to leave the band.
Or wear a horse mask.
But like nobody, I mean, even in the current, back and forth that's going on now about marijuana legalization, I think that mental stability gets lost. I think that people don't talk about the importance of, diseases like anxiety and, bipolar disorders and, PSTD and stuff like that. That a lot of people use for that reason. Like, I mean, a lot of people who are classified as recreational users use for that reason. I mean, use to stay somewhat mentally balanced.
Right. Just because they're a recreational user doesn't mean that weed doesn't help them in some way. Like, they don't really need a doctor to tell them that their lower back pain doesn't feel as good as it does when they smoke a bowl after a workday. So, medical and recreational marijuana, I think, is a pretty important thing, and I'm glad that there's a bunch of different companies out there supporting it, CEOs like we talked about earlier, and organizations out there trying to push the legalization.
And people like us who are just a go between the what's going on the state levels and what's really happening with the movement. So we are proud to be that entity for you guys who listen to us and get your marijuana news on a casual level.
Super casual.
Super casual, like laid back casual.
We'll do that.
So you guys want to talk about the first time you got high?
Yeah.
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 We're supposed to put that in there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we were. Let's do that, because that
All right.
sounds fun.
Derek, if you want to start, go with it, man.
I was at your house.
All right. Okay, the first time I got high, I was just like one day after school, like at 6 o'clock or whatever. I was just playing my guitar, and I had a garage room. They converted the garage into a room, so it was cool. Yeah, so I was playing that, and my mom's ex-boyfriend or whatever, he came in, and he had a blunt with him, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he was like, "Here, just take it." I was like, "Okay." So I smoked it. Then, it was my first time, so.
So did you actually get high the first time?
Oh yeah, I got pretty. Yeah,
Was he gentle?
yeah, it was
A lot of people say their first time they didn't really get high.
Yeah, first time.
That's my story. Like, honestly, between 1998 and I'd say 2001, if you smoked weed with me, I'm sorry to say I was wasting your weed.
Damn. That's 4 years.
What?
It was like, honestly, it was like maybe my second year of college, like the first time that I got high. But I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was blasted. I was stuck. Like, I was melting into that seat of the couch. I was so unprepared.
Me too.
I was so unprepared, and there was like no exit door. So it was just like you just gotta ride it out at that point. But once you stop freaking out and just understand that this is what's supposed to be happening, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, it took a while. Like, there was I didn't smoke a lot in between those times because I mean that was, like late high school, early college, but I would say I probably smoked on average maybe 3 times per year, 3 to 5 times per year, and each and every time I didn't get high at all. Like, it was...
Okay, well that's not bad. I thought you were like smoking like a lot and still not getting high.
But I mean, that was still like, that was back when that was early 90s. That was still like dirt shit,
Yeah.
Like, especially in Florida. Florida was all mud sticks back then, man.
What about you, Dre?
Oh, it's my turn now? Okay. So, my first time getting high was awesome. Hang on. Since no one else... okay, so we pretty much, like... It was nighttime, and my buddy was like, hey, we're gonna go get some weed. And I'm like, alright, cool. Inside thinking, I'm like, I've never been high before, this is gonna be my first time getting high. And, Lisa, I know that, the Twitter? And so I was like, alright, let's do it. So, we had a buddy with us, who I'm gonna use the name Jim, because I don't want to use real names, but Jim had a car. And we had to go 5 miles to get this weed and smoke with this guy who was gonna give us his weed. But Jim refused to use a car. He wanted to walk. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why are we walking? You have a car. He's like, no, I want to go on an adventure. Jim didn't even want to smoke weed, right? So
sounds like Jim's a dick.
Jim is a dick. Jim was a huge dick. He just wanted to go on a fucking adventure. He was from St. Louis, blah, blah, blah. So we walked 5 fucking miles, go meet up these people at an apartment complex. Now, like, it was a really, really nice apartment complex, and it had a pool area, and the pool area was, like, shaded and awesome and everything. It was really cool. So the guys come up or whatever, and there were some people I knew from school, and I'm like, oh, shit, okay, I know you guys, whatever. And they brought out a blunt, and at the time, I had never smoked. Like, my aunt smoked, my uncle smoked. I knew what smoking was. My dad smoked. I just never smoked. So I told him, yeah, I get high all the time, blah, 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 blah. So we smoked. Well, it was like White Widow. Jesus. And, oh my God. We're sitting outside this place. It's humid as fuck because it's, we're it's humid outside and we're dying. I'm dying at least. And smoking, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, like, my buddy Scott was messing with me and he's like whispering in my ear. He's like, because I'm sitting in a chair and I'm like, bro, I'm freaking out because I've never been high before. But I'm trying to act like I'm cool, like I've been high before. Right. And it was just so trippy and shit. And then all of a sudden they're like, all right, we're leaving now. So they gave us a nick back when, people got nicks. And and I was like, cool. And then he's like, yeah, okay. So they left and I'm like, fuck, the realization that I have to walk 5 miles to go back home and I am fucking gone out of my mind.
Did that sober you up a little bit?
Yeah, kind of. Like, when it first happened, I was like, fuck, I gotta walk, I'm gonna be straight, because I don't know if you know Orlando area so much, 434 is a really long road, and I was pretty much walking down the whole road. So, I just went, and, like, we're walking, and it was me, my buddy Jim, my buddy Scott, and my buddy Nemo. I changed the name to Nemo. What?
Derek has a question.
What's Derek?
What's a nick?
Yes.
A nickel bag.
Yeah, it's a nickel bag. It's like
$5 worth of weed.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's enough to get you by.
Most drug dealers these days don't sell
nick bags for $5.
It is literally a session bag.
Pretty much. It's like one blunt, you're good to go. But that was when people were using Phillies too. So you get one nick, you get a Philly, you're good to go.
Right.
That's the blunt. It rolls. But, so yeah, we smoked that, walked back. Now, they didn't give us White Widow. They gave us just Regs, but they smoked White Widow with us. So by the time we got back and we were done with the walk or whatever, we lost a blunt we had because we had a blunt to roll up and we lost it along the walk. So when we got to the house, my buddy's house, we actually had to make a pipe out of aluminum foil, which was alright back then, whatever. But so yeah, then we smoked more on the couch at his house, which made me feel much safer because I knew I didn't have to walk 5 miles and I got to sleep on the couch. But it was a horrible 4 hours of first getting high because I got fucking tore up. I was high. I was gone.
Yeah, the first time I got high was junior year of high school, and I had transferred schools my sophomore year and kind of got into a group of good friends, and I walked to and home from school each day. It was about a mile and a half, and this guy asked if I wanted to smoke, and I'm like, yeah, sure, and just like everybody else said here, you know, I was like, yeah, I've smoked before, or no big deal. Acted like it wasn't a big deal. And we actually went underneath a bridge on Grand.
Oh, really?
That bridge right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Went underneath that bridge and smoked like, I think it couldn't have been more than like half a joint. And there was only 2 of us, or 3 of us. It was him and his girlfriend and me. And we smoked the joint and walked the rest of the way home. And that was about halfway till I got home. And my stepdad was in the kitchen doing something with a screwdriver and a CB radio or something like that, and asked me to come over and hold a flashlight for him. And it was a real specific spot that he was trying to solder together or something like that. And I kept basically shining the flashlight all over the room, looking at different stuff with the flashlight. And he's like, "What's the matter with you? Why can't you just hold the flashlight on this single thing so I can get it done?" And I'm like, "I don't know what's going on," and blah, blah, blah. And so after that was done, I ran into my room and shut the door as hard as I could and tried to hide from it. And then I got hungry, and I ended up raiding the fridge and getting a bowl of leftover nachos from the night before, and went into my room and sat Indian style on the floor listening to Nirvana while double fisting nachos into my face. And my mom opened the door and looked at me and looked in my eyes and went, "Nice," and shut the door.
Nice.
So I was paranoid from that point forward that she always knew I was smoking. It was always a joke between me and my friends. We'd walk in the door in the middle of the night, it'd be pitch black and everybody would be asleep, and my mom would yell, "What's the matter with your eyes?" And I'd get all paranoid because she knew.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fucking horror movie.
What's the matter with your eyes?
I know what you did last summer with your eyes.
I know what you did with that pack of blunts.
I smoked them like cigars.
Yeah, I had a nice cigar and a cup of Chianti. A cup of Cerasier, something like that.
My smoker's jacket.
Smoker's jacket. So yeah, that was the first time I smoked weed. And I did get high. And I liked it.
I thoroughly
I feel like Katy Perry. I smoked a joint and I liked it.
You felt like Katy Perry before Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like I have
Yeah,
a
before
joint?
that Katy Perry. Before that Katy Perry.
Riding a lion into the greatest
Super Bowl ever.
Super Bowl halftime show ever.
Do you ever feel
Don't sing Katy Perry to
like
me.
a half a joint?
Starting next week, Derek the Jedi is going to use his Jedi powers to channel the not real
Not real
children of celebrities.
Yeah, children.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I mean, basically, we ain't got no money to pay nobody for no interviews.
Boom. We don't.
So, what we do have is Derek the Jedi, who can channel people that we'd rather interview anyways.
Exactly.
They may not be real, but they're the people that we'd
It's
rather
our
interview.
imaginary friends
In your head.
that I use the Force. But
So that'll be coming up next week, and that should get pretty interesting and horrifying all at the same time.
I hope
But
it's
we look
horrifying.
forward to it.
yeah,
I want it to be terrifying.
Interesting and horrifying is a good
Me
combination.
We're gonna get really high for it though.
Yeah, we get super high.
hype man.
I was thinking of one.
Oh,
I'll be a
hype.
shark tamer.
High?
Hype. A what?
High?
Oh,
Hyped. We gotta get hyped. We got a little
Super
John
hyped.
in here. We need Pitbull in here. We need Florida in here. All the people who make that dumbass hype music where they're like, just yelling at you.
Fireball.
I wouldn't let Pitbull in my house. I feel like he's somebody who would disrespect your furniture.
I don't think you take your shoes off.
I would slap the sunglasses off his face because it's nighttime and rip his salmon-colored shirt.
I like the chinos. See, there's when you would have to smoke.
The albino alligator shoes.
Yeah. If you could hang out, if you had to hang out with Mr. Worldwide Pitbull or Reggaeton Pitbull, which one would you hang out with?
Reggaeton.
Oh, reggaeton Pitbull. Mr. 305.
Would you let
or Mr.
Reggaeton
Worldwide,
Pitbull in your house?
He probably steal some shit.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Steal shit. With Mr. Worldwide, he would just, not wipe his feet, but...
I'd cook him some black beans and rice.
Is that what they do in Cuba, too?
Yeah.
I just make sure. I don't know what the difference is. I know Cuban sandwiches.
Cuban food is
Delicious.
10 times better than a lot of other Spanish, Latin food.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I like Cuban better than Mexican.
What?
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I like Cuban better than Mexican.
I like Cuban better than Mexican. I can say that.
He's
Yeah.
coming out of the
I quit the show. I'm done.
I mean, what is
Done.
it?
Mexican food is amazing.
Tacos and burritos.
See, you guys are
That's
from
what I
the
got.
south. You guys are down here. So
No.
you guys like Cuban food. I don't like Cuban food. I never
Oh,
had
yeah.
Cuban food
I
in
guess that
Chicago.
has something to do with
I
it.
had Mexican food.
I'm from Kentucky. I didn't know what a Cuban was until I came to Florida.
How long have you been down here?
Since '91.
Exactly. I was born in '89.
Oh, wow. Wow.
See, there we go. I grew up around a bunch of Mexicans. And
Well,
I ate Mexican
the
food.
best Mexican food I've ever had is in South Texas, though.
Yeah.
I've never been to South Texas.
Yeah.
so close to Mexico.
I mean,
No, that's why. It's
I'll
close to
skip a
Mexico.
jump.
Yeah. They throw it over the fence as you order it.
It's good.
The kitchen's on the other side of the border.
It's good. I'm not saying Mexican food's not good. I'm saying I prefer Cuban food over Mexican.
Yeah.
And simply because they church it up a little bit. It's just it's a little bit fancier, and I have fancy tastes.
Chicken ain't nothing but a bird, though.
Chicken ain't nothing but a burger.
I love
I
chicken.
want a chicken burger. Have you had one yet?
No. Well, yeah. I
McDonald's
did.
chicken
McDonald's, no, I don't like it.
Didn't like
I
it.
didn't enjoy it.
The what?
I don't know what it was. It wasn't what I don't know what I
Chicken
thought
burger?
it was gonna be. But it
Did you
wasn't
think
that.
it was going to be breast instead of ground up chicken?
I don't know.
It's
Right.
going left. Is it ground up chicken?
It is
It's ground up chicken. It's like a turkey burger, but with chicken. So you would think, I like turkey burgers. I love chicken burger. No,
So I don't like turkey burgers. I
Really?
like
Turkey
grillers.
burgers are good, dude.
turkey burgers are the shit.
I like tofu burgers,
I like tofu burgers.
and I like black bean burgers.
I
Black
like
bean
black bean
burgers
burgers
are
are
amazing.
Black
awesome.
bean burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things are good as fuck. But no, chicken burger, no, that's a no for me. I took it back to the counter.
Really?
With
Which
one
one
bite
did you
out
get?
of it.
The ranch one or the? They've got some.
The ranch. I don't do anything but ranch. When I eat chicken, it's on
I'm with
ranch.
you on that.
My chicken is ranch. I eat ranch.
Chicken flavor.
But I took one bite of it. I took it back up there. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want this. Can I please get something else or
Did
my
they
money
give you
back?
something else?
Yeah, they gave me a big. I ordered the quarter pounder. I was
Oh,
happy
shit.
with it. Yeah, I was straight with it because I sincerely was like, I don't want this, and I pushed it towards him like, I'm not taking it back.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah. All right. So this has been our 10th episode. I think we're done. Are we done? You got
I'm good.
something else? You good?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, that was our 10th episode. Check us out next week. We're going to do the interviews, weed news as usual, and then who knows what else the categories are going to be because we're just jumbling around now. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we are all over the interwebs at this point. So Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr is freaking awesome. We are working on some shit up with YouTube. I mean, at some point we'll get that shit together, but keep
Right.
in mind it's more about the powers that be than us. We still got the blog going on WordPress for now.
For now.
So, I mean, there's 1,000,001 ways for you to hit us up. You can go directly to the Podbean website for the podcast.
Or iTunes.
Or iTunes. We are on iTunes now. I mean, like, we are coming up in this world for some reason.
Download it to your iPhone. Sheep.
Like, all
Is it
against
on
all
the web?
odds. I mean, like,
Against all odds.
Failure was like the only option, and we found this rat hole of hope that we are squeezing ourselves through, apparently. So, happy 10th episode.
Yay! Are we clapping for ourselves? Can we do that?
I want to thank our production staff, Amy, our executive producer, Mike, Tim, the donut guy, Richard, all those people who make this show.
Yeah, Richard gives good handies behind target.
Yeah, he does.
None of these people exist. So if your name is Tim and you do give handies behind target, we're not talking about you. Don't sue us, please.
Shout out to the handy guy.
If you're giving handies behind target, I'm not afraid of you suing me, so we're good.
I don't want to think that kind of person is our audience either. I'm hoping that Tim will give handies
He's
behind
sitting there
target.
waiting for the next guy just on the podcast. Like, I love these guys.
I'm seriously hoping that he
He's
never
got his iPhone. He's like, oh, Dre sounds good tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I'm
still.
okay with that.
I want to go drive behind target now.
I'm going to keep constantly bothering you guys about petitions. If you haven't got your petitions in already, get them in. Don't wait for the next person to do it.
Yeah, just sign all three. It's for a good cause. Let's legalize it all the way across the board, medical and recreational, and sign your petition and get it in. If you have trouble getting to a place to mail your petition, call a cab. Have them take you.
Call me, I'll walk with you.
We are still working on trying to get together petition drives. When we get that together, we will go ahead and give you guys the information on that. It's a little bit slow in coming, but we are working on it. We got anything else?
No, make sure to follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and
Don't eat McDonald's chicken burgers.
Don't do it, it's bad.
I'm totally gonna go get one after the show.
Oh man.
They have those now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, check us out.
All right, so everybody at the smoking table, Jay,
Dre.
Derek the Jedi.
Bob.
Peace out.